Hi, I'm Tyler Peterson. I teach the frequency of leadership, and this is the July alignment where I help leaders to raise their frequency so they can unlock their full power. The topic this month is how to access your full power. So, what do I mean by that? Well, our full power is our ability to consciously create with our frequency. We're already creating with our frequency all the time. It's just that for the most part, we're doing this unconsciously. So we can only consciously create when we're in the present moment. This is the trick. This is the key here. When our awareness and our attention is here in the moment now, we can make a conscious decision about how we want to direct our frequency and use that to create our reality. So what pulls us out of the present moment? What are some of the challenges we run into? Well, I want to highlight two of them today. There are many, but I think these two are among the most prominent and potentially the most powerful things that pull us out of the present moment. And the first one simply is distractions, right? We can all relate to this. Our world is full of many distractions. The device you're watching this video on right now, or the laptop, social media, so many opportunities to go down rabbit holes and really lose touch with the present moment. And all of a sudden wake up an hour or two later and realize, gosh, where have I been? What have I been doing with my time? Some other distractions we have or we create for ourselves sometimes are intentional distractions. We're trying to avoid the present moment. So we occupy our time by doing other things. It could be house chores. It could be, sending emails. It could be whatever we want to do to get away from the present moment. Sometimes also time pressures, time constraints, or the pressure we put on ourselves can be distracting, can pull us out of the moment, can make us rush forward at a pace that's not very sustainable. So these are all some of the various forms of distractions. I'm sure you can identify and quickly realize what your personal favorite forms of distractions are. We all have them. So the second category of things that pull us out of the present moment are our self-limiting beliefs. And the challenge here is that we all have self-limiting beliefs. It's just that we're unaware of them. We get them from conditioning, from our parents, from our family, from our school system, from our friends. Any way that we've spent a lot of time around another group of people or exposed to certain patterns or ways of thinking, this conditions us to have certain beliefs about what's possible and what's not possible. The other way we have self-limiting beliefs comes from our past experiences. Maybe we had something unpleasant happen in the past, and we form a belief around that. If I do this, then this other painful thing will happen each and every time I do this going forward. So we're limiting ourselves. In both cases, the formation of these self-limiting beliefs, for the most part, is something that's unconscious. It's just happening in the background. And the challenge here is that with a self-limiting belief, we're predetermining what's possible, what's going to happen. We're not in the present moment where all possibilities exist, where we can consciously choose and create our reality with our frequency. We have stepped out of that and started running these programs that predetermine what's possible. So we're not in the present moment. We're not open to infinite possibilities that exist right here and now. And instead we've decided this can only be a certain way. And again, this happens for the most part behind the scenes on a subconscious level. So we're not always aware of it. So I just want to share a quick story that brings these themes to life and really hits home about how to access our full power. And then I'm going to talk about how to do that deliberately. Not very long ago, I was involved in a technology issue. I had to transfer my domain from one service provider to another. It involved a bunch of technical stuff behind the scenes. Well, I was a little stressed. There was a lot to do. I was racing through it. I just wanted to get it done as quickly as possible because there were so many other things I needed to do. So already I wasn't fully present to the moment. I was somewhat distracted and just pushing forward in a hurried way. Well, the second thing that happened, and I only realized this after the fact, is that I had a belief running that this was going to be challenging, that it was going to be time consuming, that it wasn't going to be easy, and that I probably wouldn't enjoy this very much, this process of transferring the domain. Well, wouldn't you know it, I pick up the phone, I call tech support, I start initiating this process, and very quickly it just kind of unwinds and I hit roadblocks and snags. And what I had hoped would be a fairly quick exercise turned out to be an all-night exercise. I stayed up all night long, calling multiple people, trying multiple things. We kept hitting roadblock after roadblock. Things just weren't working, and nobody really knew why. So it was extremely frustrating. It was not an enjoyable experience. It was time-consuming, it was difficult, it was unpleasant. It was all of those things that I had unknowingly already decided this experience was going to be. Pretty amazing, right? This is the power of our frequency. Well, the next morning, a few hours into the next morning, groggy and drinking a little bit of green tea to wake up, all of a sudden it hit me. I realized I had created that exact experience. I wasn't in the present moment when I started out trying to transfer the domain. I was hurried, and I had this self-limiting belief. I realized that I had created the very thing I most feared, all the things I just described. So upon realizing this of course, I was a little, much to my chagrin, I realized I had created that reality. So if I had created that bad experience, that meant I also had the power to create the outcome that I did desire. So I became present to the moment. I slowed myself down. I decided what it was that I wanted. I knew very clearly. I closed my eyes, and for about 3 or 4 minutes, maybe 5 at the most, it was not long at all, I spent those minutes feeling what it would feel like to experience the outcome I desired. So I wanted to hop on the phone with one individual who within 10 or 15 minutes could solve my problem, who was an expert in this particular issue that I was struggling with, and who exuded confidence and was someone that I felt like I could trust. And I just felt this for 3-4 minutes. What would that feel like? And felt those emotions and really kind of imbibed in that. I was living the outcome for those few minutes. Well, I finished. I had to do a chore or two. And later that day, I hopped on another call, the very next call to tech support. And wouldn't you know it, within a few minutes, talking to this individual, they noticed what was wrong. They brought it to my attention. And they said, I just happen to be an expert in this area and I can help you with this. I've done this many, many hundreds of times. It's not a problem at all. I was a little reluctant because my prior experience was so painful, pulling an all-nighter. This individual, they gained my confidence. I began to trust them, and I said, okay, let's do this. And honestly, within about 12, 13 minutes, this individual had solved everything. Everything was fixed. The transfer was complete. And everything was working perfectly, smoothly. I mean, you would have no idea that there were any difficulties whatsoever. So I had created the outcome I desired. And I did this by becoming present to the moment and deliberately, consciously choosing what I wanted to create. Now, compare those two experiences. You have to understand, this felt like a miracle to me at the time. So much pain and suffering and strife and difficulty on one hand, and then just ease and flow and effortlessness on the other. And the only difference between these two experiences was me becoming present in the moment and deciding what is it that I want and consciously directing my frequency to create the outcome I desired. In one scenario, when I did that, I got what I wanted. When I didn't do that, when I was distracted, not in the present moment, and had an unconscious self-limiting belief, I created this other very painful experience. So we're that powerful. We are creating our reality in each and every moment all the time. And the key to accessing our power is to become more present to the moment and begin creating deliberately, intentionally, and consciously. So This is accessing your full power. And as a leader, this is so critical and so important. You're somebody who wants to create positive change in your life and in the world around you. You want to have an impact in the world. You want to know that the actions you're taking are making a contribution and leading to something better, both for yourself and the world around you. This is so amazing and so powerful that you want to do this. So it's imperative for you to learn how to access your power and to begin exercising it consciously. So how do we do this? Well, the first step is to become deliberately present in this now moment. And there are two really powerful ways we can do this. The first one is to become aware of our breath, to take a couple of deep breaths and just allow your attention to follow your breathing in and your breathing out. A long breath in through your nose and a longer, slower exhale out through your mouth. Doing that 2 or 3 times and then just settling into a natural rhythm of breathing brings you into the present moment. And if that doesn't work for you or in a powerful enough way for you, you can also do a body scan. You can just quickly start checking in with your body. Become aware of your heartbeat. Become aware of sensations in your arms and your chest and your legs. Feel your feet on the floor. Just light awareness, tuning into the subtle contact of your legs in the chair, becoming aware of your body. Checking in with your emotions, what's your emotional state? Checking in with your mind, what's your mental state? All of this will help bring you into the present moment. So that's the first step. And then, of course, the next and most powerful thing, that's accessing your power, becoming present to the moment. And then the next important thing is to exercise it. So asking yourself, what do I want? What do I want to create? What is the outcome I desire? And then directing your frequency to experience that outcome. So I hope my story, my painful and hopefully entertaining story is enlightening for you and helping you to understand how to better access your power, what that really means, and to begin exercising it consciously more regularly and more often. As a leader, again, this is so critical to step into doing this on a regular basis if you hope to have the impact that you'd like to have in the world. If you've found this video, this information, these practices helpful, please like and subscribe to this channel. Share this with other friends. You can also head over to our website, thefrequencyofleadership.com, and sign up for our newsletter. You'll receive notifications when we release these monthly videos. You will also receive a free Frequency of Leadership Essentials, which walks you through all the essential aspects to frequency and how to begin creating with it deliberately right here and now on day one so that you can create the outcomes you desire, so that your effectiveness as a leader can be maximized. And instead of going through painful experiences like the one I just shared, you can cut right to the chase and begin creating the outcomes you desire immediately. So head on over to the website and sign up for that. Again, it's thefrequencyofleadership.com. Well, thank you. Let's now shift over to the alignment. And if you've done this alignment energy session before, then you're very familiar with this. If you're new to it, let me just give you a little bit of guidance to help you orient to this and get the most out of it. So I channel what I call alignment energies, and they are intelligent. They will customize themselves, tailor themselves to you and your unique situation. And what they do is they help you to raise your frequency. They help you to have the experience of embodying a higher frequency during the alignment. Sometimes that means seeing some limitations. Sometimes that means releasing some old emotions that are trapped or stuck in our body. But the net effect is that you have an experience of a higher frequency, of you dwelling at a higher frequency. The experience is really beautiful. It's very powerful, and it helps to accelerate your process of raising your frequency. So what do you need to do? Well, I mean, really, it's pretty amazing. You just need to be relaxed. Have a relaxed body. You can sit, you can lay down. Try and stay awake. That's very important. And have a relaxed mind. Be calm, be present, and be open to receive these energies. That's all you need to do. It's an amazing gift to you, for you. On my end, what I'll do is I'll lead us in to gently guided meditation just to help set the stage, help us to relax and open up. And then I'll state, I'm now going to open to the channel. And from that point on, I'll be quiet. I'll be in a meditative state. My role really is to open to these energies and then to step back and allow them to come through and work with you individually, one-on-one. At the end of 15 minutes, at the end of the alignment, I'll come out of meditation and I'll call us to return to the room, to the present moment, to open our eyes, and that will complete the alignment. So with that, let's get started. Let's move into the alignment. And as always, I want to first begin by asking for your permission to do this alignment. And if I have your permission, please say yes out loud or yes quietly inside to yourself. Okay, wonderful. Well, with that, I'll just invite you to close your eyes. And let's just bring awareness to our breathing in through our nose and a longer, slower exhale out through our mouth. And just do that 2, maybe 3 times in your own rhythm. And just settling into a natural and easy rhythm of breathing. And now let's establish our grounding. So simply setting the intention to be grounded, to be connected to Earth, and inviting Earth to connect with you. Asking Earth's energies to come up into and around your body and to hold you. And just feel that connection, feel that exchange. And now bringing our awareness into our heart centers and just resting your awareness there. Just setting the intention, I am centered within my heart. I'm resting my awareness in my heart. If it's helpful, if you need a little extra boost, you can bring to mind an image of nature, an image of a baby animal. These things are awe-inspiring. Their beauty is it's an unlimited beauty. And when we bring to mind these images, it helps us to feel the frequency, that frequency, that very high frequency, and it's the same frequency as our heart. So it helps us move into our hearts. And now let's set our intention. It's just one intention, and I encourage you to say this out loud to yourself. And the intention is, I am present, and I am open to receive all that is for my highest good. Okay. Wonderful. I'm going to open to the channel now, and I'll be quiet for the next 15 minutes. So here we go. that's the end of the alignment. If you'd like, if you're still feeling the frequencies in a strong way, if you're enjoying it, just feel free to stay in that space and tune me out. You could also, if you're ready, start just coming back, wiggling your toes, your fingers, returning back to the room you're in. And when you're ready, opening your eyes. I just want to say thank you for your time and for your willingness to raise your frequency, to have these experiences, to learn these concepts, and to begin to improve your leadership and the impact you're creating in the world by embracing these practices, these skills, and incorporating them into your life. It makes a difference, not just for you, but for all of humanity. You're making a contribution to something much larger than just yourself. That's very meaningful. So I hope you enjoyed this month's topic and the alignment, and I look forward to seeing you next month. That's it for now. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.